President Trump participates in a press conference with the director of the FBI. Thanks for the follow, Terrible. Appreciate you. All right, let's watch this. He's with Kash.
Well, thank you very much, everybody.
There she is.
It's great to be in this beautiful Oval Office. We're also restoring peace and safety and stability at home. And you see that in Washington, D.C., maybe better than any place. You can have a child walk right through the middle of Washington, D.C., and nothing's going to happen. We were losing more than one person a week in what they're being killed.
$10 super chat from the greatest noob says Trump should fire the Democrat Congress and hire me. I am an autistic, so I have 31 years of being retired, so I know I can do the job. Thanks for the $10 super chat, friend.
Violent crime declined nearly 20% nationwide compared to the same period last year. And it was the safest and most peaceful summer in 2 decades. And honestly, we haven't really even gotten going yet.
Did you just pop?
If we didn't have to fight all of these radical left governors, we could have had Chicago taken care of, as an example.
You know what they should sell in ice cream trucks? I know this is completely random. They should sell, you know how they have SpongeBob ice creams? They should have Trump ice creams. He's the perfect ice cream face, right? His little thing, his hair. That would be my favorite ice cream. What flavor do you think it should be?
Since the start of the administration, the FBI has arrested over 23,000 violent criminals, more than double the number arrested in the final year of the Biden disaster. The FBI has also destroyed 1,600 of them.
Orange cream flavored Trump ice cream. Bro, I'd buy the fuck out of it.
Chicago recently had one deal where they had 11 murders in one weekend, and they said, well, yeah, but it was a holiday weekend. They actually told me that was the reason. Like it was okay because it was a holiday. It was Labor Day. These people are the worst. I tell you what, the people in Chicago and the people in places like that can be fixed. At some point, it gets to where you can't fix it anymore. It's too far gone. And we have some cities like that. But these are great cities that can be fixed. I'm going to be strongly recommending that you start looking at San Francisco. I think we can make San Francisco. There's one of our great cities 10 years ago, 15 years ago, and now it's a mess. Every American deserves to live in a community where they're not afraid of being mugged, murdered, robbed, raped, assaulted, or shot. And that's exactly what our administration is working to deliver. I didn't realize I was going to make this such a big factor in the administration. I didn't really campaign. I campaigned on crime. Right now, Pirate. But I never thought we'd go into every city and take a really safe city that we've all been living with for years and make them safe. And now it's like a passion for me, and it's a passion for the people behind me. So I didn't get elected. I did get elected for crime, but I didn't get elected for what we're doing. This is many, many steps above. And I want to thank Stephen Miller, who's right. Crime in certain cities is worse than anything they can even imagine. And we're not going to have that any longer. It's going to stop, and it stops right here. Kash, please.
Thank you, Mr. President.
Here he comes.
What
Let's
I'd like
go,
to do
Kash.
is just highlight some of the outstanding work that the men and women of the FBI have been doing.
Hell yeah.
And thanks to your brave leadership and the mandate you were given by the American people to not only defend the homeland but crush violent crime, you tasked us with our great partners at the Department of Justice and the Attorney General and the Deputy Attorney General to start making arrests and bring prosecutions and safeguard our cities. And you said it. This is just the beginning. In just 7 months, I hope the media takes a look at every one of these charts, because these are the best numbers for fighting crime in U.S. history, and it's only 7 months in. And to do that, our vehicle to do it of choice was Operation Summer Heat, which the FBI architected to go after violent criminals. And in just a 3-month span, you had 8,700 arrests of violent criminals.
Crazy, let's go.
You had 2,200 firearms seized off the streets permanently to safeguard our communities. You had 421 kilograms of fentanyl seized. Just to put that in perspective, that's enough to kill 55 million Americans alone. You had 45,000 kilograms of cocaine seized. And thanks to our Department of Justice partners.
Not the coke. I mean, I've never done it, but I know people that like to do it. You know, leave that one alone. No, I'm just kidding. Take the coke. Fuck it. Okay. This is a cartel's coke. Never mind. Only if it's homegrown.
100 indictments in 3 months from June to September
you
alone.
Used to?
Mr. President, that in and of itself would be historic for a 4-year presidency.
You know, if I wanted to experiment, I should have done it when I was younger, bro. I don't even want to fuck with it. I just not even going to bother.
For the Biden
All right, hold on. I always have to make a point on this. Where's the Epstein files? They've been destroyed. Where do you think they fucking went, Sean? You don't think they fucking destroyed the out of that list?
In 7 months, 28,600 arrests of violent criminals in just 7 months alone, because of your leadership and the dedication of the men and women at the FBI who want to go out there and do the job they were prevented from doing.
All the coke has gotten worse since the Trump administration, and I'm pissed. That's so funny, dude.
Because that department used to be weaponized and politicized, and this is what happens when you take out the fangs of weaponization. This number is historic by every metric.
Hell yeah, let's go.
28,000 people
Let's go.
have been arrested, violent felons alone. And then when you go over there and look at some of these charts, if you don't mind, I'll just hop over here.
He's so proud. Look how proud he is.
Not just violent crime, but the homeland. Mr. President, during your administration, the FBI has found and located 5,400 children. That is a 30% increase year to date over the last administration.
He is like showing his dad, like, Dad, look what I made. All right. And then dad over here, he's like, good job, son. I love it.
Do you have a number of how many guns were taken away from someone that had a prior felony or a previous crime that perhaps we can prosecute that? Because I know that wasn't the case under Joe Biden.
We don't take guns off the streets of people that are allowed to have guns. So every gun that we're taking off the street is because it belongs to somebody who is not allowed to have it. Could be a felon, could be somebody who hears illegally. There's all sorts of conditions. But if there's a gun taken off the streets by the FBI, it's because the person who has it is not allowed to. It's not somebody who's lawfully allowed to have it. So every single one of those guns were taken off of people that aren't allowed to have them.
And not including the FBI, all of the other agencies. ATF alone since January 20th has removed over 25,000 illegal guns off our streets just since President Trump's been in office.
Watch lefties be mad about it. All they want is like less guns, and they're actually doing it. They're getting less guns. But they don't like it because it's Trump doing it.
On Venezuelan boats, I want to ask you, why not have the Coast Guard stop them, which it is empowered by law to do?
Because we've been doing that for 30 years, and it has been totally ineffective. Some of these boats are seriously, I mean, they're world-class speedboats, but they're not faster than missiles. So we've been trying to do that for years, and so much of the drugs, 25-30% would come in through the seas. Right now we have, I would say, none coming in through the seas. In fact, I don't know about the fishing industry. If you want to go fishing, a lot of people aren't deciding to even go fishing. We've almost totally stopped it by sea. Now we'll stop it by land.
That's what I'm talking about, dude. Just blow those fuckers up. Yeah, seriously. Stop the drugs. I'm in 100% agreement of this.
There's never been so much political crime against a political opponent as what I had to go through. They raided my house in Florida. It was an illegal raid. I have a lawsuit that was doing very well. And when I became president, I said, I'm sort of suing myself. I don't know. How do you settle the lawsuit? I'll say, give me X dollars, right? And I don't know what to do with the lawsuit. It's a great lawsuit. And now I won. It sort of looks bad. I'm suing myself, right? So I don't know. But that was a lawsuit that was very strong, very powerful. They raided illegally my house in Florida, Mar-a-Lago. They went through the drawers of my young son. They went through all of the cabinets and drawers of the First Lady. She walked.
They radicalized Barron, bro. Barron, at that moment, after they went through all of Barron's shit, he's like, fuck these motherfuckers. And that, bro.
And as far as the shutdown's concerned, this is a Democrat Schumer shutdown. And he's trying to do it to get relevance back into the party because he's a loser. I've known him all his life. He's always been sort of a loser, but an intelligent one. But I think he's losing IQ points with time. I think that happens. I hope it hasn't happened with me. I know if it did, you guys will let me know about it very quickly.
Question on violent crime, sir. Here in D.C., a judge has given the two teenagers that beat up ex-Doge staffer Big Balls probation.
It's incredible.
And no jail time. Is this justice?
Jeanine Pirro is doing a fantastic job, and she is beside herself because you have these radical left judges that they beat the hell out of this guy. And there was many people against this one guy who was really trying to protect his girlfriend. He didn't want to hood it over the door but they really beat him up badly. That just happened, right? Yeah, wow, that's terrible. I think the judge should be ashamed of himself. That's a big problem. You know, they can do their job and then they go into a court and the people are protected by these, I don't know where they come from. Where do these people come from? Where do the judges come from? These are rough guys and they're young. And if that happens, they're going to grow up. They're going to be real bad. They're going to cause a lot of problems. Yeah, please.
That's a fantastic idea. Hashtag free ice, dude. We should get that going. That'll piss people off so much, dude. Hashtag free ice. Just imagine how fucking mind-boggling that's going to be for people who hate ICE. Because they're being harassed, dude. Leave ICE alone. Let them do their jobs.
And all we want from President Putin is stop this. Stop killing Ukrainians and stop killing Russians because he's killing a lot of Russians. Again, it doesn't make him look good. It's a war that he should have won in 1 week, and he's now going into his 4th year. That does not make this big so-called war machine look good.
Oh my God, he fucking said it, dude. And it's true. But now Trump is saying it. Yeah, Russia ain't shit, dude. They can't take on the Ukrainians. That war should have been over in a week, right? He can't do it. It's been 4 years of this. Hashtag free ICE.
He could make a settlement. We're willing to settle. I thought we had a deal. The hatred of the two leaders is very, it's an obstacle.
What is your understanding of the pace of returning the deceased hostages? Are you pleased?
Well, they're looking for them. Absolutely. They're looking. So we have the living hostages all back. They returned some more today. It's a gruesome process. I almost hate to talk about it. But they're digging. They're actually digging. There are areas where they're digging and they're finding a lot of bodies, and they have to separate the bodies. You wouldn't believe this. And some of those bodies have been in there a long time. And some of them are under rubble. They have to remove rubble. Some are in tunnels that died in tunnels that are way down under the earth. And the tunnels are like 3 feet. Can you believe it? 3 feet high. They lived like this for a long period of time. It's a horrible atrocity. At the same time, we, meaning Israel, but I knew everything they were doing pretty much. I knew most of the things they were doing, but they've killed probably 70,000 of these people, Hamas. And I said, it's time now. So we'll see what happens. We'll also see what happens. Your next question is going to be the weapons. We want the weapons to be given up, sacrificed, and they've agreed to do it. Now they have to do it, and if they don't do it, we'll do it.
Are we in for a sustained trade war with China?
Well, you're in one now. Look, we have 100% tariff. If we didn't have tariffs, we would be exposed as being a nothing. We would have no defense. You know, they've used tariffs on us, but we've never had anybody sitting in that chair that felt the need to do it, and they've allowed us to be $37 trillion in debt, et cetera, et cetera. Tariffs are a very important tool for our defense, for our national security. If we don't have tariffs, we're not going to have national security. If you look at Pakistan and Iran, I told them I was in the midst of negotiating a trade deal, actually, with Iran, and Pakistan was going to be in line. And because of tariffs, they all want to negotiate much differently. We're making a good deal. And then I heard that they're shooting at each other. And I said during one of my conversations, are you guys going to go to war? 2 nuclear powers. We are thinking about, I said, here's the deal. You go to war, I'm going to put a 200% tariff. I'm going to stop you from doing any business in the United States. I said it to both of them. Within 24 hours, the war ended. That would have been a nuclear war. And again, the Prime Minister of Pakistan, who was here 2 weeks ago, said that man saved many millions of lives in front of a whole group of people because he thought it was going to be war. The power to be used for good is enormous. But a lot of people didn't understand tariffs. It's also made us very rich. But of the 8 wars, I was saying 7, of the 8 wars, I would say tariffs are directly responsible for me ending 6 of them, 5 or 6. Without the tariffs, you have wars raging all over the world. With the tariffs, other than Russia, we have no wars out
Trump
there.
has been the best president we have had in a long damn time. I agree.
We made a lot of good
Maybe
friends,
best ever.
If we don't have tariffs, we don't have national security.
Put Trump on Mount Rushmore? No, bro. Are you crazy? Why would we want to do that? No. We want Trump to have his whole ass own mountain. All right, we need a giant Trump face that's bigger than Mount Rushmore.
I watch the fake news, and he's weaponized, and he wants to send them to prison. He wants all this. They indicted me like 5 times.
It's pronounced indicted. Trump, come on, man.
Took a mugshot. Who would have thought it turned out to my favor? Because it was a good shot. But I had to take a mugshot.
That was an amazing picture. I love that picture. Bro, I want a shirt with his mugshot on it.
Out there in the door.
I'm going to make one.
Front page of every paper in the world.
Do you guys want a shirt with Trump's mugshot on it? What should we put on there? Let me know. We can come up with something together. I'll make that shirt. I need to make some more shirts. I got an alligator Alcatraz one.
You know, they say the 2 worst treated presidents by the media, etc., was that man right there, the late, great Abraham Lincoln, and this guy right there, Andrew Jackson. They say Andrew Jackson was treated terribly. They give him number 1 and number 2, but that was before I came along, Newt. I say I have number 1 times 10. Nobody's been treated like I've been treated. And I did a great job. You know, we had a great first term, and we had one of the most successful economies in history, et cetera. I rebuilt the military. We did a tremendous amount. The last part, we had a horrible thing called COVID, and we handled that well. We made ventilators for nations all over the world. We did a great job. Probably never get credit for it. Look at the therapeutics, the Regeneron, all the different things, the vaccines, all the things we did. We did a great job, but we had to focus on that. Now, I was saying 17, it's over $18 trillion is being poured into our country. It's because of the election and because of tariffs. Without the tariffs, you wouldn't have probably 18 cents. We're dominating China in AI. Everybody said that's impossible. We're dominating. I'm letting these massive plants build their own electric generating plants. They're becoming utilities in addition to everything. Maybe they'll make more money with that, who knows? But they're building their own electric because we have an old grid. You wouldn't be able to do that. And we're dominating China. We're dominating with AI, which seems to be the new big thing. That's the new internet. That's the new whatever. Thank you very much, everybody.
Oh, that's it for Trump. Get the fuck out. Time for you to go. I love that shit.